Hold on 1 second. This camera's smudged. I'm gonna try to get that off there for y'all. Good morning, BBN Network. Jack Frost. First thing I want to do is I want to give apologies for a video that I put out yesterday. I should have did a little bit more research. It's not that I didn't do enough research. It's just that I was really insensitive upon titling the video and also about the title card in which I put up. I was really insensitive, and I want to apologize to everybody in Poland and everybody just in Europe in particular. And for everybody who's a subscriber and they brought that to my attention, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I would not ever want to, offend anyone, and especially I wouldn't want to label somebody something that they're not. So I'm very appreciative of any individuals that everybody that brought that to my attention. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm just gonna explain what it was real quick, and then we're gonna get into the normal show. Basically, the other day in Poland, there was a march, and I was covering the march because I cover things in Europe from time to time because I do have subscribers over there. So I was covering the march, and I just mislabeled something because it was a nationalist march that's done every year, and it just so happens that during this particular march, there was some people that showed up that were chanting Trump slogans and chanting Nazi propaganda. And instead of me labeling that it was nationalists, and in addition to nationalists being there were also people there that were trying to push the Nazi agenda, I didn't. And I want to apologize about that. Now, with that being said, I want to get into the regular morning show. And the Knicks played the Cavs tonight, so that's the first thing on my agenda. If y'all have anything that y'all want to discuss, please bring it to my attention. But the Knicks play the Cavs tonight. Hold on, before we get into the Knicks Cavs, another video that I put up yesterday was about how Donald Trump didn't want to answer any questions in China. I want to just explain real quick why that's actually why is that light? I just want to explain real quick why that's a big deal, about how that made America look weak, that Donald Trump did not want to answer questions in China. China asks every president to not take questions. Every president that go to China, the Chinese government asks for them to not take questions from the press. Every president still fields questions from the press. Now, why this makes Donald Trump, in my opinion, these are my opinions. Good morning, Gigi. Trump is crazy. But why this, in my opinion, makes Trump kind of make America look weak is because of all of the things that Trump said about China before, when he was on the election trail. He was talking about how China's raping America and, economically. And he was talking about all the things that he's going to do to China and this and that. And we can't trust the China. That's what Trump was saying, not me. That was Trump. That was Trump. Somebody's looking at me. They're like, oh, man, what is this guy talking about? I'm like, I'm not saying these things. I'm just repeating what Trump said. And then Trump goes to China and he refuses to take questions. When you say things, you have to stand on the things that you say. That's just my position. Now, do I agree with the things that Trump said? I don't know enough about the Chinese situation and how economically we're involved with them enough to necessarily make an assertion one way or the other. But one thing that I do know is Trump said these things, and then when he went to China, he didn't want to then say these things in front of China. Now, my opinion is when you're talking about somebody behind their back and then they show up and you don't want to talk about them no more, that kind of makes you look weak. I could be wrong, but this is just my opinion. Do I think he should have went over there and started some problem? No, I don't. I don't think he should have went over there and started a problem. But I do think that he could have. Do I think that the press would have set him up for failure? Absolutely. Do I think that does Trump have the gall or or the ability to be able to answer these questions without making himself look bad? No, I don't. I don't think Trump is that level of savviness. Not at all. So in reality, it was best for Trump to not take any questions. That's just what it is. But at the same time, it did make us look weak, because every other president, whether China asks for them to not take questions or not, takes questions from the press. So you can't talk trash about China, then go to China and then refuse to take questions. That's just my position. I could be wrong, but that's my position. If anybody thinks different, please leave it in the comments. Please comment and let me know. I'll be more than happy to hold the discussion with you about it. So as far as that goes, we're gonna leave Trump alone for a minute, because I just think he's in over his head. But I don't really agree with any of his policies. He's making it harder for the average man. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. There's people that just agree with Trump, but I mean, it is what it is. Y'all got a right to. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of those people that I don't think I have a right to be upset at you because you have a different opinion than me. You have a right to your opinion, whether I agree with it or not. You have a right to do stuff that I think is stupid, whether I agree with it or not. Some of the things that I do, you might think is stupid. Everybody has a right to live their life. Everybody has a right to their own opinion. Whatever you do is between you and God. All right? With that being said, please let's move on to the New York Knicks. Okay. Over the weekend, whether anybody didn't know, LeBron James decided that he was going to say that the New York Knicks should have drafted Dennis Smith Jr. rather than draft Frank Ntilikina. To my opinion, I think he's just trying to start trash with the Knicks, because before he comes to the Garden, he's always talking smack. Whether people realize this or not, he's always talking smack before he comes to the Garden, because LeBron James doesn't have internal fuel. LeBron James isn't motivated internally. You understand? He needs to have outside forces to motivate him. Now, the only thing that's bad, makes that bad for LeBron James is, in my opinion, he's not as mentally strong as players like a Michael Jordan, as a Kobe Bryant. People put him on that level, but to me, he's not as mentally strong as these individuals. Michael Jordan played after food poisoning. They call it the flu game. It was not the flu. He was poisoned by a pizza. They ordered pizza in Utah. He was poisoned. They freaking got the people. They got fired and everything. The people, some of them I think went to jail. Like, he was poisoned in Utah. You understand what I'm saying? The only reason why everybody else didn't get poisoned also because he was the only one that ate from the pizza. Then he went and played and killed. You understand what I'm saying? Half dead. So Michael Jordan's just on a whole nother level of mental strength, of being just mentally strong. So with that being said, I think that LeBron James, he needs fuel. He needs people to get him up. Like, he's not as self-motivated as people tend to think. He's not. He needs not necessarily adversity, but he needs people telling him that he's gonna succeed. You understand what I'm saying? So by him attacking the Knicks, what he does is, the Knicks, everybody talks trash about. Been talking trash about the Knicks for years. So what he does is, he creates an atmosphere where there's gonna be people on one side or the other talking trash about LeBron James. It just is what it is. I mean, pardon me. So now he has the people who are in his favor. The people who like LeBron James are going to be like, oh, you're going to kill the Knicks. Now he has SportsCenter talking about how the Knicks are going to get killed. You understand the psychology behind that? LeBron James needs people to boost him up. Now, I'm not mad at him. Know what your strengths are. Know what you have that, is attributes. And LeBron James know what his attributes are, and he's playing to them. Now, as far as whether the Knicks should have drafted Dennis Smith Jr. or Frank, also LeBron James, I think he's friends with Dennis Smith Jr. And playing in Dallas is a lot different from playing in New York. So, in addition to the whether the Knicks should have traded Dennis Smith Jr. or drafted Dennis Smith Jr. or Frank Ntilikina, check this out. The Knicks need a pure point guard. That is not Dennis Smith Jr. Dennis Smith Jr. is just like the next coming of Derrick Rose. I hear what you're saying. Derrick Rose was a great player before he got injured. But the way Derrick Rose plays, he's going to get injured. The way Frank Ntilikina plays, he's not going to necessarily get injured. I have no idea what those emojis mean, but thank you very much. You're the best. Everybody, when y'all come in here, please remember to hit that like button. So Frank Ntilikina, he's a really good defensive player. Not only is he a really good defensive player, he's also a good ball distributor. What's up, Sandman? How you doing today, my brother? You the man. He's also a ball distributor. Okay, Gigi. Look, Gigi, if you got something else you want to discuss also, I'm always open. I'm just going to let you know like that. So, Frank Ntilikina, I'm saying his name wrong because the T is silent, but I'm doing my best. He's a pass-first defensive point guard, and that's exactly what the Knicks need if they want to get the most out of Kristaps Porzingis. If you're trying to get the most out of Kristaps Porzingis, you need somebody who can pass the ball. You don't need somebody who's a shoot-first point guard. Dennis Smith Jr. is a shoot-first point guard. Dennis Smith Jr. is not better than Kristaps Porzingis. Thank you. I appreciate it, G. So what you want to do is you want to get players that are helpful to your best player. You don't draft players that are not helpful to your best player. You build around your best player. Their best player is Kristaps Porzingis. So you want to build around Kristaps Porzingis. In order to build around Kristaps Porzingis, one of the main things that you need is a pass-first point guard. If you want to build around, if you want to improve the Knicks' defense in general, what you need is a defensive point guard, somebody who can play defense at the attack point. By drafting Frank Ntilikina, the Knicks now have a point guard who can play defense at the point of attack, and they also have a point guard who's pass first. Both of these things are a positive thing. So those are just win-win situations. They did nothing wrong. That's a win-win situation. Now, with that being said, why didn't he say that the Lakers could have drafted him? Because the Lakers could have drafted Dennis Smith Jr. Lonzo Ball is not better than Dennis Smith Jr. If you're going to say that Frank Ntilikina is not better than Dennis Smith Jr., neither is Lonzo Ball. Because Lonzo Ball can't score, really. Yeah, he could grab rebounds because he's just always down there. Yeah, he could grab rebounds, but he can't really score. And he can't shoot. Frank Nitty shoots better than both of them. He just doesn't shoot that much, but he shoots better than both of them. Alright? Frank Nitty plays better defense than both of them. Lonzo Ball, if you watch his defensive stance, he usually has his feet too close together. If after the crossover, he can't keep up. That's why you widen your stance. So after the crossover, you can keep up. Lonzo Ball can't keep up after the crossover because his feet are not wide enough. His stance isn't wide enough, so his balance isn't there for him to be able to turn and keep up with the offensive player. Lonzo Ball's jump shot has too many hitches in it. He's bringing it up on one side of his body, then he's shooting across to the opposite side of his body. So not only is he bringing it up on the wrong side, so it's making his mechanics longer, but also he has to turn his body in order to shoot the ball towards the basket. He has to literally turn his body more than the average jump shot shooter. Copy, Sandman, I got you. He has to literally turn his body more than the average jump shot shooter. Another problem that Lonzo Ball has no fire. Lonzo Ball's not a leader. The Lakers are going to be a much better team when they get a verbal leader. You want to know why the freaking Warriors is such a good team? The Warriors are so good because their best player is not their leader. Their leader is Draymond Green. Their best player is Stephen Curry. Draymond Green, no matter what kind of game Stephen Curry is having, whether it's a good game or a bad game, their leader is still leading. You understand? Draymond Green is that team's leader. He's their heart and soul. You don't always need your best player to be your leader. People, I don't know where that come from. I don't know why people think that. But you don't always need your best player to be your leader. That's just facts. Put it like this. You know how many teams Joe Johnson was on that he was the best player. Joe Johnson was on a lot of teams where he was the best player. A lot of teams. The problem is they was looking for Joe Johnson to be the leader just because he was the best player. What's up, Chantel? Thank you. You know I love y'all. Good mornings. Y'all the best. Send me that like too. Oh, thanks, Gigi. Thank you. Rock too, baby girl. You know what I'm saying? Yo, how the hat look today? I just want to know, should I keep the hat? I don't know if I should keep the hat. It was raining, that's why I wore the hat. I'm covering up the waves today. So basically that's what's going on with the Knicks. Joe Johnson was a solid shooter and good six man. Yo, not for nothing, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. If the Knicks can try to get Joe Johnson for him to come off the bench, if the Knicks could get Joe Johnson to come off the bench, the Knicks could be the second or third seed in the East. Seriously. If the Knicks could trade we can't trade Noah, his contract is too crazy.
You're doing a project for school. I'll ask you a couple questions. It'll take like a minute. A little survey. Okay, cool. Are you a student at Columbia, by chance? No, you're not. Okay. Do you come here off? Do you live in the area? You do not. Okay. Where do you live?
Oh, this dude's doing a survey. That's kind of cool.
Okay. In the Upper East Side? Okay. Awesome.
He's gonna come ask me, and I'm like, no, I keep everything private.
Coffee shop to do work.
Anyway, so
first time?
Joe Johnson. If the Knicks could figure out a way to get Joe Johnson, I wouldn't want to trade any of the our young players. But you know, maybe they should have tried to trade Cools and probably Baker to try to get a hold of Joe Johnson. I forgot where Joe Johnson's at, but because he's old, so you can trade Cools and Baker for Joe Johnson. Anyway, I am gonna be late as usual because I'm supposed to actually.
I don't do it either. I come here all the time. I know.
I'm gonna be late, so I'm gonna have to holler at y'all later. Tonight before the Knicks game, I'm gonna try to live stream. I hope a couple of y'all could be there. If there's anything that y'all want to discuss,
thank you so much for your time. Yeah, I'm from Columbia. It's a school project.
Her NFL is or can vote Jerry Jones out. Well, hold on, real quick. So as far as I know, whenever you own an organization in any of the major sports leagues, the other owners can vote you out. The other owners can't make you sell. That was basically the situation that happened in Los Angeles with the Clippers. That's basically the same thing that happened in Los Angeles with the Clippers.
And I don't have a bunch of
the others can vote and make you sell. So that is a possibility. That is a possibility that they can make Jerry Jones sell. Keep talking. That is a possibility that they can make Jerry Jones sell, but you also got to understand Jerry Jones is one of the most powerful team owners in all of sports. So I don't know if they want to go that route. But at that note, Jerry Jones is going to try to sue the league. I just don't think that they're going to be able to make that man sell. I'm not sure what that means, but thank you, Gigi. I don't know anything about emojis. Nothing. I don't even know how to use them. I'm gonna say thank you though. So as far as Jerry Jones is concerned, I know he's trying to sue the owners and the league, but I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I don't know how that's gonna turn out. I'll do a little bit of research on that, Sandman, and then I'll get back to you. Maybe I'll make a video on that today. Thanks, Gigi. I appreciate it. I love y'all. Y'all don't understand. Like, I wouldn't still be doing this if it wasn't for the support that I get. When I live stream, the comments, I love when y'all come in here. I love when y'all active. I love when y'all ask me questions. You know, I really do appreciate it. Anyway, I do gotta go. I gotta get to where I gotta go. As always, please keep each other safe. If there's gunfire, if you hear gunfire, please do not try to just run around. You might run towards the gunman, or you might run in the line of fire. If you ever hear gunfire, get down, survey the scene, try to make sure that you're not in danger before you move. If you can, spot the gunman, and if you are safe and he can't get to you, stay where you're at and wait for help. Also, I've been doing a lot of stories lately where kids have been harmed. Please, Watch who your kids are around. Let's just be a little bit more proactive about, and a little bit more careful and a little bit more cautious. I'm gonna let you know a story. Up until my daughter was about 5 or 6 years old, whenever she played with other kids, I sat and watched. Her mother used to laugh at me like, what am I doing? She's just right outside in front of the door. And I used to just be so scared, just so scared. You don't never know where danger's gonna come from. We have to be protective of our kids' physical health, their mental health, and their spiritual health. This is very, very important. That being said, I love all of y'all. Please have a blessed day. And you know what today is? Today's gonna be do something nice for your kids' day. Okay? If any of y'all also have kids, today is do something nice for your kids' day. Whether you're gonna make them a little cake, put a little candle on it, buy them cupcakes, whatever it is that your kid likes a lot and obviously isn't gonna cost like $50 damn, you know, a little $10, $15 thing. We're gonna celebrate our kids today. We're gonna and get a card also. Go and get a card, make it mushy. We're gonna make it mushy. We're gonna get a card and make it mushy. And we're gonna celebrate our kids today. That's what we're gonna do today. That's what today is. Today is Celebrate Your Kids Day. I love y'all. Keep each other safe. And that's all I got on this one. I'm out.